Lattafa Angham versus Burberry Goddess, a clone or an upgrade? You have seen the videos, you have read the comments. Everyone is saying that Lattafa Angham is a straightforward dupe for Burberry Goddess. And you know what? They are not wrong. But they are not telling the whole story. The truth is, by only focusing on how they are similar, we are missing the beautiful story that Angham tells all on its own. So today we are going beyond the dupe hype. We are going to discover what makes Angham a standout fragrance and how its connection to Goddess is way more interesting than just being a simple clone. If you are a vanilla lover, a fan of Middle Eastern fragrances, or you are just tired of the same old reviews, you are in the right place. Welcome to Scent Analysis, where every fragrance gets fully broken down, tested, and compared. Alright, let's get the big question out of the way because I know this is why most of you are here. Is Lattafa Angham a dupe for Burberry Goddess? Let's do a quick side-by-side. The first time I smelled Burberry Goddess was at the airport. I had absolutely no idea about the hype surrounding it. I picked it up from the shelf, sprayed it, and immediately liked it until the salesperson told me I had just tried a women's fragrance. Even knowing that, I still genuinely enjoyed the scent. I walked away and explored other sections, but I kept thinking about it. The problem. The price. If I remember correctly, it was around $150, which felt steep. At that time, I also did not know anything about Lattafa Angham. It simply didn't exist yet. Fast forward to 2024, when Lattafa introduced Angham as a unisex fragrance, and I felt lucky. It felt like getting a second chance at a scent I had once passed on. I still regret not buying Burberry Goddess that first time. For a review, I ended up buying a 5 ml decant of Burberry Goddess, which cost me $18. Meanwhile, Lattafa Angham typically retails between $30 and $40 for a full 100 ml bottle. After multiple wear tests and performance experiments, I almost finished that entire 5 ml decant of Goddess. Now let's talk scent. On one test strip, we have Burberry Goddess, launched in 2023. This is that famous, beautiful aromatic vanilla. Right from the first spray, you get a gorgeous trio of vanilla and lavender, with what many people interpret as subtle hints of cacao and ginger. It's elegant, smooth, and refined. The lavender keeps the vanilla from becoming overly sweet, giving it a clean, aromatic edge. This is a sophisticated grown-up gourmand. On the other strip, we have Lattafa Angham, released in 2024. The opening here is noticeably different. Instead of that immediate lavender-vanilla dominance, Angham opens brighter and zestier. On paper, you get ginger, mandarin, and a touch of pink pepper. That said, to my nose, the opening feels more vanilla praline dominant rather than sharply spicy. Yes, it's vanilla but beautifully blended. It feels a bit fresher, more vibrant, and slightly sweeter. Now, as both fragrances begin to dry down, that's where the undeniable similarity shows up. Within just a few minutes, the shared DNA becomes very clear, and honestly, in the air, it becomes extremely difficult to tell them apart. This is widely considered a 90–95% match, and I completely agree with that assessment. So, yes, if you're simply asking whether Lattafa Angham is a good dupe for Burberry Goddess, the answer is a resounding yes. It's one of the best out there. But here's the thing, this is where most reviews stop. And where our real story is just getting started. The real story of Angham. Let's put Goddess aside for a second and appreciate Angham for what it truly is. The name Angham in Arabic means melodies, which is just a beautiful way to think about a fragrance, a symphony of notes coming together. The real soul of Angham is in its heart. As the citrus fades, something delicious emerges. With those familiar notes, Angham surprises us with a rich, creamy praline. What a twist. This is the note that Burberry Goddess doesn't have. This praline adds a layer of addictive, nutty chocolate sweetness. It's not just sweet. It's a cozy, indulgent warmth that feels like a comforting hug. It transforms the fragrance from a purely aromatic vanilla into a true gourmand experience. This is what makes Angham feel richer and more comforting to me. The heart also has a touch of jasmine, which masterfully balances the sweetness and adds a soft floral elegance that keeps it from becoming cloying. And then the final act, the dry down. While Goddess dries down to a very clean vanilla absolute, Angham's base is warmer and more complex. It settles into a velvety combination of vanilla, amber, and musk. The amber adds this resinous golden warmth, and the musk gives it a sensual second skin quality that just lingers beautifully. It makes the fragrance feel sultrier, more mysterious, and frankly, more of a power scent as it evolves. It's less airy than Goddess and has a deeper, more commanding presence on the skin in this category. I'd rate both fragrances a solid 9 out of 10. Burberry Goddess deserves full credit for introducing this scent profile and setting the standard. At the same time, Lattafa Angham earns its own 9 for innovation, reinterpreting that DNA in a fresh, accessible, and well-executed way. So this round is a tie. Now, let's talk about something that really matters in the fragrance world: performance. This is another area where Angham doesn't just imitate, it innovates. A common experience with brand new bottles of Burberry Goddess is that the longevity can be a bit underwhelming at first, maybe lasting just a few hours before it becomes a skin scent. Lattafa Angham, on the other hand, does not make you wait. Right out of the box, this fragrance performs. Many users, myself included, report getting a solid 5 to 7 hours of longevity on skin, and it lasts for ages on clothes. It projects beautifully for the first couple of hours, wrapping you in this amazing scent bubble that just feels delightful. Got so many compliments even hours later. It really made my day. This is a huge part of Angham's unique story. It delivers that beast mode performance from the very first spray. You don't have to be patient with it. You can buy it, spray it, and trust that it will stick with you. For those of us who want instant gratification, Angham offers a significant advantage, taking a beloved scent profile and making it more robust from day one. When it comes to performance, I'd give Lattafa Angham a 9 out of 10. While Burberry Goddess comes in at a strong 8 out of 10, the different connection, an inspired reinterpretation. So, how should we think about these two if not as a simple clone? I see the connection as one of artistic reinterpretation. Lattafa didn't just copy Burberry Goddess. They took its core concept, the modern aromatic vanilla lavender DNA, and viewed it through a Middle Eastern lens. They took a popular Western accord and enriched it, giving it more depth, sweetness, and warmth. This leads me to my different occasions theory. The different occasions theory is a way of choosing and wearing fragrances based on where, when, and why you're wearing them. Instead of one signature scent for everything, the idea is that each occasion deserves its own fragrance profile. While they are similar enough to be interchangeable, I see them serving two distinct purposes in a fragrance wardrobe. Burberry Goddess is daytime elegance. It's that calm, sophisticated goddess energy the name implies. It's soft, aromatic, and perfectly blended for the office or a chic brunch. It's refined and has a certain delicate, airy quality that is beautiful and understated. Lattafa Angham is the evening counterpart. It's the night out version that added praline, amber, and musk, give it a boldness and sweetness that feels more sensual and mysterious. It's what you wear when you want to feel cozy and addictive on a date night, or when you want to make a statement. That amplified ginger kick and the slightly tamed lavender also make Angham lean more unisex, shedding some of the airy femininity of Goddess to become a versatile scent anyone who loves a warm, spicy vanilla can pull off with confidence. In terms of versatility, I'd rate Lattafa Angham a 9 out of 10, while Burberry Goddess scores a 7 out of 10. The value story, of course, no Lattafa review would be complete without talking about the price, and the value gap here is massive. Burberry Goddess can run you anywhere from over $140 to $160 for a full-sized bottle. Lattafa Angham, on the other hand, typically costs between $30 and $40. But again, the story is about more than just it's cheaper. The story is about value. Lattafa has mastered the art of affordable luxury. The bottle for Angham is stunning. It's heavy, substantial glass with a beautiful design inspired by musical notes on the cap. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels like a niche fragrance you'd expect to pay a premium for. This incredible presentation makes Angham a smart blind buy, not just a budget-friendly one. You're getting an experience that feels high-end from the moment you unbox it to the final lingering notes of the dry down. It makes the choice less about saving money and more about making a smart, high-value investment in your collection. When it comes to price and value, Lattafa Angham easily earns a perfect 10 out of 10, while Burberry Goddess comes in at a respectable 7.5 out of 10. Conclusions. So, where does that leave us? Lattafa Angham is, without a doubt, a phenomenal fragrance that deserves to be recognized for more than just mimicking another scent. While it masterfully captures the essence of Burberry Goddess, it's the differences that truly make it shine. The addition of a creamy, addictive praline note, the warmer amber and musk base, and the superior out-of-the-box performance create a fragrance that is bolder, cozier, and arguably more versatile. Here's my final recommendation by Burberry Goddess if you're a collector, if you love the brand, and if you prefer a more delicate, purely aromatic and airy vanilla lavender experience. It is an icon for a reason, and if you are a woman, no question. But you should absolutely buy Lattafa Angham if you love the goddess DNA but wished it were a little bolder and sweeter with a captivating gourmand twist. And definitely buy it if you find the lavender in Goddess a bit too sharp, as Angham's version is softer and more subdued for many people. For a fraction of the price, you get a fragrance that isn't just a clone, but in many ways is a compelling upgrade. Now I have to turn it over to you. Have you tried both of these fragrances? Are you Team Goddess or are you Team Angham? Or do you agree they're different enough to own and love both? Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. I read every single one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this review, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe for more fragrance reviews that go beyond the hype. I'll see you in the next one.